How's it going, boys, girls, and squirrels, and welcome back to Half-Wood Chemist Sister Vest. My brain wanted to have a stroke so bad doing that bit. I did like 3 takes of that, and each time my brain was like, please let me have a stroke. Please let me end this now. This isn't worth the bit. Welcome back to Half-Wood Chemist Sister Vest. But it was worth the bit. I'm glad I did it. And it's only made better by the fact that I've lingered on it for so long. We're watching Fullmetal, you know what you clicked on. Let's get into it. But before we begin, I just want to let everybody know that September 7th through the 10th, I'm going to be a guest at ColossalCon East. I'm gonna have my very own panel. It's very terrifying. I'm also gonna be hosting some other, multi-guest panels as well. Again, all horrifying stuff. But I'm super excited. I'm gonna be live reacting to some anime to all of the lovely people who show up. And I would love to have you guys there as well. Like I said, this is my first panel I've ever done. Little nervous, but super excited to meet anybody who's willing to come. That's gonna be at ColossalCon East, September 7th through the 10th in Pennsylvania. So if you're able to come, make sure you swing by my panel, say hi to me. I'd love to meet you guys. And now, let's get into it.
Hey, where are you taking us? Just get in.
Does it matter, Ed? Does it really matter? Envy could be like, I'm taking you guys to the testicle shredding room. And there wouldn't be a damn thing you could do about it, except sit there and get your testicles shredded. You guys lost. You're prisoners now. Why are you being so snarky still?
It's Central Command. We were right below it.
Hey, you guys are plastered with filth.
Oh my god, for some reason I thought Envy was like, hey, you guys are plastered. Sober up before you meet the Fuhrer. I don't know why my brain just stopped listening after the word plastered, but then I imagined Ed would be like, I've only drank to like 2 hads, relax.
My body, it still exists. Yes.
You transmute your hair to have a little antennae like that? Because you did the clap, and alchemy's usually what follows that, so I can only deduce he alchemies his hair every morning.
Al, what's that weird little cat doing in here?
Well, you know that little girl?
Are you serious? She's inside your armor?
Al, you gotta stop eating people, man, come on! I can't tell if this little girl's asleep or suffocating in here. Could honestly be either.
Stop yelling! And while you're at it, will you put on some pants?
Hey, what's the holdup? Get a move on.
Oh, like Envy didn't want to see that. Don't come barging into the showers and then get surprised when you see some dong. Your goal was definitely to see some dong. What did you think was going on in here?
What's going on?
Where should I begin?
Well, first you should probably clarify that you aren't a homunculus, because that would definitely be my first thought if I were Ed right now.
There are 3 of us and only 1 of him.
He's only got 1 sword with him.
So he's that confident he could take us all at once.
First off, he can take you all at once. This dude is a living sword factory. Just because you only see 1 sword doesn't mean he only has 1. He's probably got swords up in the floorboards. Ooh, my bad, turning to Eminem there for a second. I got swords up in the floorboards and Edward Norton's skin. Homunculus won't fuck with us, but I'll be fucking them. Second, I like that Mustang still has his summon circle, like, scarred into the back of his hand. But I feel like it should be a pretty perfect scar, like, he cut himself pretty deep. Like, him carving it into the back of his hand once, I feel like should allow him to always use his alchemy without the summon circle. If you carved a whole fucking witchcraft sign into the back of your hand, I feel like it wouldn't heal very well.
Fuhrer?
How is nobody like, hey, why and how is Al coughing right now?
Your plans are gonna fail. I swear on my own grave that I'm gonna stop you. I'll warn the other state alchemists. I'll tell them.
Ed, can you just, like, go along with something for 5 minutes? Like, I'm not saying you have to help Bradley, but he could definitely be more cunning about it. Don't just shout the ways you're gonna try and stop him from across this table. Maybe hear him out and then find a way to sabotage him later. Especially considering you just had your ass handed to you.
What was that lovely young girl's name again? Ah, yes. It's Winry Rockbell.
Oh my god, no way, he counter-threatened you? That's crazy. That's so crazy how he didn't like you shouting about how you're gonna thwart his plans. That's so wild of him.
But I have to ask, if we're going to continue to serve under your watch, will you please allow us to keep searching for a way to get our original bodies back?
There we go, Al, that's what I'm talking about. Bradley should definitely deny this request, but Al is in the right headspace here.
I don't see why not. As long as you don't interfere with our plans.
I can totally see why not. They're definitely gonna interfere with your plans. What are you talking about? They don't like you, Bradley. I don't know why we're not just keeping Ed and Al locked up until we need them for sacrificing.
Would you now? Go ahead.
Are you the one who murdered General Hughes?
No, that was not me.
Oh god, wait until they find out that Envy did that one too. Literally every single character in this show has a reason to hate Envy. I swear he's the main antagonist.
Just one moment, Alphonse.
Oh my god! I'm gonna lose my mind if he just skewered that little girl. This show is already a 10 out of 10. This would make it a 15.
That was too close!
I figured they wouldn't kill her, but I do like that everyone's freaking out about it at least. It just would have been so cool. Like if that girl died inside of Al, it would have done irreparable damage to his psyche. I would have loved to see this show go that dark. Like that would have been the craziest move this show has pulled so far.
Help us out. Have you got any change?
You want my money now?
Just give it.
Why are they robbing Mustang now?
Jeez, is that all you got, really?
It's apparently more than you've got!
Sure, whatever. See ya.
Hey!
Oh my god, they actually just robbed Mustang. And then they gaslit him into thinking it was his fault.
You seem slightly discomposed. Well, just how do you expect me to appear? I had hoped a young woman would be standing there, not a mustachioed muscle man.
Well, there's no reason to be such a dick about it.
Ed? Well, this is a surprise. You didn't break your automail again, did you?
What?
Yo, since when has Winry had these fucking ski slope hips? We sure this is Winry and not her twin sister? Widery? How old is Winry again? No, I see. No further comments, Your Honor.
I'm calling because... Is everything all right? Have you noticed anything weird?
I love that this is just turned into like a paranoia drama. Like Bradley's got his hooks in the entire government. Envy can turn into literally anybody. You never know who's friend or foe. This show just feels so tense and unsafe, and it's great.
Well, it's actually pretty rare to get a call from you. And I've never heard you worry about me. This is weirder than a snowstorm during the summer.
Winry, it's cute that you're swooning right now, but you were taking this call in the entirely wrong way. Ed's over here like, Winry, are there people following you? The whole government is after us. And Winry's over here like, aw shucks, Ed, you're acting funnier than a rattlesnake in a pair of jeans.
Yeah. Okay, bye. I think she's still safe for now.
I think I accidentally just rizzed her up. I like how Ed's just over here talking to Winry and accidentally picked the romance dialogue option.
What do you want?
Your pal asked me to bring this to you.
Ling did?
I like how Greed's running errands for Ling. It's weird that this Greed is like a cool guy. Like he's not like an absolute sadist like all of the other homunculi. And he also seemingly kind of likes Ed and Al.
Is everything all right outside? It's safe to come down. The guard won't be back for a while. Let me help you with your injuries. I'm actually a doctor.
Oh, well, that's super convenient. This is like the perfect old man in a cage he could have possibly stumbled upon. Out of all the old men in cages across the world to find, this is the best one.
This must be fate. I'm the alchemist responsible for the extermination of your people.
This is like the worst old man in a cage he could have possibly stumbled upon. Or I guess the best, depending on how vengeful Scar's feeling right about now.
And now, we have to return to our country. We've got to get the news to our people. Where is he? Will you take me to him?
Well, about that, you don't want to see Ling. He hasn't really been acting himself lately. He's been a little, selfish, greedy, if you will.
What's wrong? Why are you being so quiet? Has something happened to the young lord? Please talk to me, Alphonse. Where is the prince?
Lady, please calm down. He didn't even say anything. I know why Al is being quiet, but I'd love it if he was just like, holy shit, lady, I was just clearing my throat. Would you relax?
Just look where his allegiance to the people has gotten him now. Typical human.
Shut the hell up! Don't underestimate humans.
Oh my god, Bradley's face. He's just like, beg your pardon? He's just like, you feeling all right there, buddy? Greed? Come on, man, we love talking shit about the humans. What's gotten into you?
How can we fight a war like this? It's wrong!
What's wrong is seeing Armstrong without his iconic moustache. Why would they ever animate him like this? He looks like a deviled egg. He looks like a 300-pound newborn baby. He looks like a Mexican sugar skull with a little bit of mustard on top.
I've been called a human weapon and a monster. Maybe I deserve it, but I can tell you this much. I never feel more human than when I'm fighting real monsters.
I like that he isn't, like, excited to fight them, and it's not that he doesn't understand the overwhelming odds, but just seeing the government expose themselves as being, like, absolutely horrible kind of makes him feel a little bit better for opposing them.
I need your help. I want a new arm. As soon as possible.
Are you sure? You haven't healed yet.
I need an automail engineer now. Please help me.
Take her to Thickery. Winry! I said Winry!
I don't think you should be up yet. It's, Mei Cheng, right?
May?
Oh, Jesus, now we got this going on? Can we all just fucking have one conflict at a time here?
You're a watchdog for the Yao clan.
I know you too. You're the Chang heiress.
Very good. I'm the 17th daughter, Princess Mei Cheng.
Holy shit, too many daughters. What, is your mother just like a womb on legs? This poor woman. Imagine being pregnant for 17 consecutive years. She'd be so used to being pregnant that giving her 1 year off would be like Rock Lee dropping his weights against Gaara.
Why don't you go get some coffee or something?
I can think of a few reasons why Al doesn't go get some coffee or something. For one, can't drink it. Two, if he tried to, he'd probably just scorch whatever poor soul is currently hiding inside of his stomach right now. Because at this point, I just find it safer to always assume that Al's just got some fugitive or animal hiding inside of him.
Hey, very nicely done up there. That takes care of all of our repairs for the day.
Thanks, Mario. That means a lot coming from you.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
That's so good. That's really good. I love that he's thanking the souls he used to escape gluttony. Like, I'm so happy that had an actual impact on him.
Bastard. Oh yeah, I've got to get this to the lieutenant.
Ooh, and that was a great monologue, too. Such a great moment of maturity from Ed. Like, right down to him being like, nope, I'm done with this gun. I gotta return it. Brief episode transition. If you like what you're seeing here and you want to get more content not found anywhere else, make sure you consider subscribing to my Patreon, where you'll get access to an exclusive reaction video each month. Right now, I'm reacting to Blue Lock, and you also have access to all the Food Wars reactions I've done in the past. On top of that, you also get access to my private Discord server and access to all the live streams I've done in the past and will do in the future. You're also just helping out the page a ton and ensuring that I'm able to keep putting out as much content as humanly possible. If all of that sounds exciting to you, make sure you check out my Patreon in the description below. And now, on to the next one.
So you've decided to become a soldier after all? That's all the proof I need. You're not ready to learn flame alchemy.
You're not ready to learn flame alchemy. It's a highly advanced technique, suited only for the truly useless. But sir, I'm ready! I swear, if you just give me a chance, I can become the most useless alchemist there is!
But sir, I am. It's the only thing left. I mean, haven't I already mastered the fundamentals of alchemy?
Bitch, you know other types of alchemy? Why do you turn into a limp noodle every time you get wet? Do other techniques!
We alchemists are hungry creatures. We must continue the hunt for knowledge as long as we live.
Is this Howl? This guy looks exactly like Howl from Howl's Moving Castle. Who, by the way, not sure if you knew this, but I just looked it up for this joke, his last name is Jenkins. If you thought his name was Howl Pendragon, that's just a made-up name he uses because he doesn't like the name Howl Jenkins. That is his true, legal full name, Howl Jenkins. I'm sorry.
That may be, but I know it's the only way to make a difference. And I know I'll never be happy if I don't try to make this country a better place.
Yeah, let's totally make her father's death about you right now. Let's totally do that while standing directly over his grave while we're at it, too.
Man, That must have sounded pretty childish, huh?
Man, I must have sounded like a silly little goofball just then. Anyway, sucks about your dad. I hear ball cancer is pretty rough. Holy shit. Crazy back piece, Hawkeye. Alright, Hawkeye. Got a little crazy in your 20s, did ya? I like how her back tattoo kind of looks like all the ruins Ed keeps finding because of the scar.
You know, Scar, I found out he murdered Winry's parents.
You know, honestly, with how many guns Hawkeye keeps on her at all times, I bet she's probably always cleaning them. This woman has no time to do anything other than clean her multitude of guns. I'm honestly surprised she didn't have them in the shower with her.
How else can you protect her? I mean, after all, you love her, don't you?
This dog did not deserve your wrath. This poor thing just took that coffee shot straight to the face. It had no way of knowing what sort of tragedy was about to befall it.
It's time to confess. Tell me your sins. What did you do to my people?
You glad you called me down here now, huh, bozo? You happy about your decision now? I will fuck you up!
Until a simple one-page document determined the Ishvalan's fate. Executive Order 3066.
Man, I sure picked a weird time to get into Fullmetal Alchemist. For anyone watching this video in the future, at the time of recording, the movie Oppenheimer has been in theaters for about like 3 weeks now. And I'm just getting I'm getting big Oppenheimer vibes from this scene right here.
The air was tainted with the smell of human decay, and the desert sand soaked up the blood like a sponge.
We called it Sponge Desert. Many of the locals thought it was because of the sponge factory that had been built a month prior. How foolish they were.
Where other soldiers don't always have a direct line of sight on the effects of their actions, snipers do.
Okay, but that dude was literally begging to get shot. Just walking around out in the open, around all these dead bodies. What did he think was gonna happen?
And, of course, the state alchemists.
Listen here. I am the Iron Blood Alchemist, Boss Grod.
Oh, it's Wario, the chains and cannons alchemist. God, I wish this guy stuck around longer. His alchemy is so cool. Did that explosion just bleed? I know it was just smoke, but I do love how they gave it this, like, scarlet accent to make it look like the explosion was bloody. Like, that was a nice touch.
I could say the same, Hughes. You have the eyes of a killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. You caught me. I got the eyes of a killer, all right.
What? What's wrong? I've still got a beautiful future. And her name is Gracia!
Don't retroactively make me sad. I know he loved his wife. I know it's a tragedy. Don't rub it in.
It happens in movies and novels all of the time. The soldiers who never shut up about their girls back home, they don't make it.
Not funny, Roy.
Oh my god, even the show told him this would happen. Even the show was like, buddy, you gotta calm down. The themes are not on your side with this one.
I can't picture any way out of this war. No matter how much military force we throw at it, the desert seems to just suck it up like water.
That's just Sponge Desert for you, baby. There ain't nothing Spongy D can't soak up.
Fullmetal Alchemist. Fullmetal Alchemist.
Those were the weirdest transition cards this show has thrown at me yet. Hawkeye looked like she was turning into fucking Alexander in that second one.
You ask why we're here killing these people instead of protecting them? Because this is a war, and that's what soldiers do.
I am constantly forgetting that this guy exists. This is the homunculus in the state capital's prison, right? But we know now that Bradley is also a homunculus. So what is this dude doing in prison? Is there some crazy plan Bradley's working on involving this guy staying in prison? And then also, where has Sloth been? I also forgot that this show, like, introduced me to Sloth very briefly, and then was like, don't worry about him. We'll deal with him later.
Look straight at the people you kill. Don't take your eyes off them for a second. And don't ever forget them, because I promise that they won't forget you.
It's weird that this guy's, like, giving Mustang moral advice. I'm so curious as to what this dude's deal is.
Can you tell me why you fight?
It's simple. I don't want to die.
Oh, Hughes! Oh, you poor silly boy who was too in love.
What the hell is the reason for this war? The reason? There is one. But it's worse than you can imagine.
Why would they cut to him like that? This guy looks so much like an older version of Mustang. This show just briefly tricked me into thinking that this was Old Man Mustang for a second. Oh, that was only like a dozen people. That's not so bad. I mean, that's definitely a lot of people, but this show made it seem like you need an entire city's worth of sacrifices to make a philosopher's stone.
It doesn't get any better than that. I can feel it deep in my bones. Like a part of me I never noticed before. That sound is an extension of my being.
Oh, that's so crazy. So this guy wasn't a homunculus yet. I assumed he was, like, from the very beginning because of the red lightning, but I guess that's just because of the philosopher's stone.
That's correct. I stand.
How arrogant of you. Do you sincerely believe that your single life is equivalent to the remaining multitude of your followers?
Oh god, here we go with the equivalent exchange. Everyone's always trying to exchange equivalently. Can't you just throw somebody a bone for once? Also, rough seeing May Hughes was present for these horrible, horrible war crimes going on here.
Your life is not enough to call off the extermination.
How can you be so inhuman? You will suffer the hammer of God!
God, you say? Now this is intriguing.
Bradley was so hyped this dude brought up God. He was so hoping he would say that. He had this God speech on deck ready to go. You're inhuman! You shall suffer the wrath of God! God, you say?
Although, I expect you understand what this means. You'll be able to shoot me in the back as well.
You'll also be able to stab me in the back, massage my back, and crack my back. But I leave it to you to know which one to choose. Is it shoot? It's not shoot!
You need to look after your brother, Ed, and you need to get your bodies back. You better get to it. You got plenty of people waiting for that day.
Oh, that's great. I love that line. I like that people are actually, like, hoping that Ed and Al will figure out how to get their bodies back. Like, they don't think that they're just, like, being dumb and childish. Like, people are genuinely rooting for them. And people also believe in him, which I like. I like that people, like, buy that Ed will be the one to figure it out.
So you're his younger brother, huh? You probably look just like him then.
How rude! For starters, I am way taller than my brother is.
Al, you haven't been human in like 6 years. How do you know what you look like? You can just feel it? You just feel it in your heart of hearts that you're taller than Ed? Your heart of hearts and thigh of thighs? Because my god, look at them hips, Al. This is the thickest Al has ever looked in the entirety of this show.
And I don't have a mean face like his, and I'm a much better fighter, too. And I don't have a temper like he does. I'm a gentleman.
Damn right, Al. Damn right. Al is a gentleman. Good for him. But what do you think Al flirting looks like? Hey, ladies, how would you like to get stuffed up inside of me? You've tried Gucci, you've tried Ralph Lauren. Now it's time you try out Al.
I really hope that you get your body back soon.
Oh, well, thank you.
What a gentleman. Oh, well, thank you, ma'am.
Are you thinking about Ishvalan crying yourself to sleep?
Holy shit! Scar is not fucking around anymore. Remember when I was wondering how vengeful he's feeling? Pretty. I thought he was gonna break the doctor out or something and, like, try him for his crimes. I totally forgot this show started with Scar being, like, a mass murderer. But, like, him just, like, no head, no neck, you don't even see his chest. Where did most of this guy's upper body go? I guess into the word vengeance. How fitting. And that is episodes 29 and 30 of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Guess what? This bit, post-credit sequence. Go fuck yourself for that one. People keep telling me, oh, you gotta watch out for the post-credit sequences. Don't fucking make me watch the credits. This isn't a Marvel movie. Even in Marvel movies, I don't even care. Put all your show in the show. What is it, so I read all the names? They're in fucking Japanese. Let me see, let me just make sure they're in Japanese. Okay, well, they're not in this show, but in most shows they do be. Anyway, great episodes. It's weird. The way Al and Ed get out of, like, being imprisoned is strange. Like, definitely, like, keep them on a leash. It is kind of cool because they do, like, stay within the capital in these 2 episodes, so you do kind of feel that they're, like, a little defeated. Like, it's cool that they're like, Al's like, let us keep trying to find our bodies. And the Fury is like, yes. And then in that episode and the next episode, they don't immediately go back to adventuring. But still, why not keep them in a cage? That seems kind of strange. But whatever. But as always, let me know what you thought of these episodes in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of the video. Comment your favorite jokes from the video. It helps me make TikToks and the like. And I will see you guys next time.